that, there are a lot of emotions coming out right now, and that's not a bad thing. Like, it's really normal and healthy to have lots of different emotions.
Right. Not to be numb about it.
Yeah, so numbness actually is one of the things that would make me concerned, unless you're someone who tends to be more of a thinker and less of a feeler. But if you tend to be a feeler and you're feeling numb right now, I think it would be good to check in with someone professionally. But for everyone else, I want us to really think about, it's really normal and healthy to be mad or sad or scared or worried with all these changes going on.
Right.
And it's really important to get those emotions out, to talk about them so that you can process them and think about them. Because when you try to hold them in, try to fake it, put on a brave face like everything's okay, that's when they pile up inside, and it gets to be like a pressure cooker.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's where you end up with these huge explosions over nothing at all. It's because you've been holding it all inside for so long. And then this little tiny thing is the straw that breaks the camel's back. And then it all comes out.
Right.
So, if you think about just releasing that pressure valve a little bit every day, and just, having a friend or a family member or journaling, somehow getting those feelings out instead of trying to pile them up inside.
Right. Or even going for a run, getting some good energy out. That type of thing could be helpful.
Yeah. And I think, those physical kinds of ways of getting stuff out are great for sort of settling your brain down. If that emotional brain is starting to take over, getting physical activity can help balance your brain back out so that you can think about the emotion. But I think it's just sometimes you have to be careful that you don't substitute physical activity and never get back to the emotion, because that is what makes it pile up, and your storage area gets full. And that's again where you end up with the explosion, because you never actually dealt with the emotion.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Avoided it.
Right.
But it is a great way to get sort of your emotional brain and your logical language brain back in balance, so that you can do that work of thinking about how you're feeling in a balanced way. Before we leave sort of normal, healthy emotions, I think it's also normal and healthy to have times that you feel happy or laugh.
Yes, absolutely. Like when your child graduates from high school or college, even though it was not what you were expecting, it wasn't the big, everybody gets together and has a big party, it's still something you should definitely be proud of and celebrate.
Yes. A milestone event, a graduation, a marriage, even a milestone of, a loved one passing away. It's okay to have some happiness where you're enjoying some fond memories. It does not make you a bad person to laugh or smile when there are horrible things going on in the world. It makes you a balanced person who's feeling lots of normal, healthy emotions. So I think the more, that's sort of one of the key things that I try to keep in mind, for each of us, but then also for our children, modeling that it's normal and healthy to have lots of emotions, and you don't have to hide your emotions. You might talk about more appropriate ways of expressing them, in some situations. But, if you and your child and your spouse or your, friends, whoever it is, if you're having these feelings and you're getting them out, you're doing a great job. And that's important.